Here we are. We are now live. Interesting. Interesting that it just, okay, there we go. It updated the live. It was like saying we had been live for an hour and 12 minutes. I was like, wrong, YouTube. That is not correct. All right. Hi, everyone. This is the third live tonight. And man, have we done a lot. The first live, we had Rexy had a little bit of conniption bits, a little bit, but we worked around it. Then we got Rexy settled down. And we showed off some like not safe for work content. Christine, I don't know if you caught the hour I did with Stacy, but we showed Mythomax.
I caught some of it.
Oh, good. And then we went ahead and we started to make these components. Like we figured out how to make the story world like embellish itself with Wordbanger, like 8 different things. And I showed how to build those prompts. And while everyone was gone, and I was supposed to be resting, but I did not. I went ahead and made a couple of changes to beef up the characters specifically and the outline. And the next thing we're about to do, the only people who have seen me do this is actually Karen Brown and Christine Breen, which is the original prompting queens.
Me, that's me right here.
Okay. So Christine, you know about this capability of Rexy. As a matter of fact, your first reaction to this was, that's crackers.
Yes, that's expletive.
Yeah, there was an expletive in there.
Mm-hmm. So, it's the most British thing I think I've ever said in my life.
Yep. We have Facebook users in the house saying I'm first. I can't see your name. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Hey, Jorge. And yes, thank you, Jorge, for that wonderful trailer. And he says he's going to do some cool stuff for Rexy too.
Jorge has a talent.
Yes, he does.
He has a particular set of skills. Like, it's amazing.
Yep. So I want to go over a little bit some of the changes I made, but more importantly, I think I could talk with Christine for just a second here. What kinds of capabilities have you seen with Rexy with this sequencing ability? Like how many words are we actually legitimately able to get out that keeps narrative logic in just a few minutes?
Almost 3,000. It's
like that's in one go, but I'm talking like with Wordbanger. How many times have you seen me like sequence that?
So with all the iterations, because in one iteration it was nearly 3,000 words, but in all the iterations, it's like I only asked it to do like 5 chapters, and it got over 10,000 words, and it's mind blowing.
We've had nights where we've sat there for an hour, right? And it's like Karen gets 6 chapters done, I get 6 chapters written, and we're just like steaming along.
It is bleeping crackers.
Bleeping crackers. That's what we'll put on the shirt. That's bleeping crackers. All right.
Crackers.
Let me close out of that, and let me show people a little bit of the changes that I made in the off time. So I'm going to add to the stage this outline that you guys all have, which is the Notion 21 page. Let me also go ahead and share this Notion 21 page, not that one. Go to the Notion 21. I want to share this. I don't have my superstructure saved. I know you couldn't be there for the first hour, Christine, because if I shared the superstructure page, then nope, I don't want that. I want to go to Tiny Arms, Big Dreams. This is the Notion 21.
It makes me laugh every time I hear it.
I know.
Big dreams.
Tiny Arms, Big Dreams. The AI actually came up with that. We asked it for some slogans and stuff about this write-a-thon, and we're like, it's AI with authors and working a T-Rex. It came up with Tiny Arms, Big Dreams. We're like, that's it. That's what it is for this weekend. Earlier in the first hour, people voted for Monster Mafia romance, so we're doing an orc romance. We did have Claude write the outline, and the outline was so this is the prompt for Claude 2.0. If you just want to copy and paste this into Claude, you can. It's got like, we call this context stuffing or mega prompting. It's got all the information, rules, and laws about it, and then it has the characters. Now, the characters I changed a little bit. So let's take a look at this Notions 21 page. Specifically, I want to show you the characters, what I did. So the characters, I went ahead and I made tags for all of them. And then I used the Notion AI to actually get samples of dialogue. Now, the downside is that I just did a test run, and it's not really picking up the characterization dialogue. It's basically making all the characters sound the same. But we'll maybe tweak that a little bit. I have some ideas. So let's go to our blackjack for this because I was building that out and I want to make some changes to it. So building out my blackjack, I basically deleted everything out. This is what I have so far. And what it's going to do is it's going to please read the following story information. And it's going to read N1, N2, and N3. Now, what is that? Well, in my Rexy, if I come to my Notion slots over here, N1 is the story world. We did that in the first hour. We did our characters, and then it's also the outline that we did. The outline is very basic, and that's a-okay. Claude does really well with just a few details of information. So I'm going to actually add a new step, and I'm going to say, let's try this. We're gonna really just flip the lid on all of this. Write a short plan on how to write scene 1 of the story. List of characters provided. So we're going to tweak this prompt. All right. So I'm asking the AI to write a plan of action based off of these. So write a short plan on how to write scene 1 of the story according to the outline and list of characters provided. Make sure characters do not sound the same. All right. And then say, now, please write scene 1 of the story according to the outline. Now, here's the interesting part. This actually needs to be in my bottom, right? Because it's going to read all the information and write a short plan. So let's go ahead and take this out. So we'll take that out. So the first reaction the first response we'll get is kind of like a short plan, I guess, because it'll have this instruction and I'll write a short plan. Then it'll read what's in the middle page, and then it'll do what's at the bottom. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to do more than one Insta. Okay. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to break this up. And what I'm going to do for that, hold with me here for just a second. We're going to call this next one. So it'll write the plan. And then I want B04. Actually, we'll just change it this way. We'll change it this way. We'll change this one. So this one is not going to be this. Delete that out. So the first bang, what it's going to do is it's going to write me a plan to write scene 1. And then I want it to now please write scene 1 of the story according to the plan, the outline provided, and the plan above. Okay. Focus only on writing scene 1 according to the outline provided. Now, in Insta 2, it's not going to have the N1s and the N2s and the N3s. So I actually need to copy that. So I need this again. So step 2, and I'm going to show you guys what this looks like real fast. So give me 1 second. Apologies if I've lost you, but once you see the mad scientist, because it's going to read this information. Now read the story information. Then it's going to read the plan that it wrote in Insta 1. And so Insta 2, the bottom is going to be write scene 1. Okay, now please write scene 1 of the story according to the outline list of characters provided in the plan above. Focus only on writing scene 1 according to the outline provided. Make the chapter 2,000 to 3,000 words, or make the chapter. So, ooh, that's a mistake. Scene, make the scene. Now, it won't write 2,000 to 3,000 words, will it, Christine?
No, usually it'll do about half of it, but it will do about half of what you tell it to. So the bigger the number you give it, I mean, the more words you're going to get back. So that's how that works.
So basically it's going to take me 4 steps to write 1 scene. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete, oopsies. I'm going to delete this. It was so funny. I was on Zoom with Joseph, and he was like, "You're just such an explorer. You do all kinds of things. You just delete things." So we have B2, 3, 4, 5. So, oopsies. What did I do? Oh, I think I went full screen. Okay, I didn't make this in line, did I? I don't know if I broke it. Did I break it? We need Stacy. Is this still?
Yeah, she's the Notion Master. I am not the Notion Master.
It says turn into page. No, I don't want to do that. You know what? We're going to be safe. We're going to...
Can you look at the version history for this page and go back?
Oh, that's a good idea.
The 3 dots, probably.
3 dots.
Yeah, page history. There's page history. Down, yep, right there. Yes, you can go back.
Yay! 618.
1009. That's got to be the one right now.
It doesn't look like it did anything. I think we're okay. I think it's fine because it's still in line here. I think what happened was I think I accidentally changed. That's what happened. I changed this from over here to making it like hide completely away. That's what I accidentally clicked on. So it didn't mess up the page. We're good. So I'm going to grab these 4 steps and then click on this, and I'm going to click duplicate. Everybody okay? So basically I'm duplicating these 4 steps over again. So duplicate. And it created them. Now I have to change their numbers because obviously it's going to be BO2. So I'm going to make this one BO6 and it's Insta 3A. Read the following story information. Write a short plan on how to write scene 2. And I'm also going to say, and also the story so far below. Then write a short plan. Okay. Because Insta B, this is actually going to be in Command X. Oh, no, Command Z.
Thank God for Command Z. I have to use that thing so many times.
And then this is not B26, this should be 06. So Insta 3A. And then I'm going to open this, and this is going to be Insta 3B, and it's going to be B07. Once you guys see this in the word banger, I think it's going to make more sense because we're now making a plan on how to do scene number 2. And then scene number 3, it's going to read the story information, and then it's going to automatically read let's make sure, write a short plan. Tag this plan as scene 1 outline. I keep doing that. Apologies, everyone, if this is like watching paint dry. As soon as it all comes together, it'll make sense. So I want to tag the plan. So what's going to happen is that we're going to have a blank middle page. And then Insta 1 is going to read all the story information, the outline, the stories, and the characters. And then I'm making it make a plan of attack to write scene 1. And we're going to call that plan scene 1 outline, scene 1 outline. And then it's not going to do anything.
So I've got a question then.
Yeah.
Why are you telling it to make a plan when it's already got the outline?
Because I noticed when I did the test on this, all of my characters sounded the same. I'm not getting that rich characterization that I put in my characters list.
Okay, so you're going to ask it to make a plan of how it's going to attack the scene, and then you're going to verify that it's going to make the characters, maybe their dialogue, their habits and quirks, make them different enough. Okay.
So the plan should include specific plot details, beats, characterization, and how to write the scene so it meets genre expectations of an orc mafia romance. There we go.
So Jorge just said prompt queens. Now I have dancing queens stuck in my head.
Yep.
We are the prompting queens.
So we're going to have an empty box, and then it's going to do Insta 1, and it's going to have a plan, and we don't want it to do anything else. And then in the second step, now we have to tell it what to do with that plan. And the first thing it's going to do is, please read the following story information. And it's going to read N1, N2, and N3 again. That's the outline, the characters, and the story world. And then what you can't see right here is that middle box is the story plan. It's going to be the story plan of like scene 1, what we were calling scene 1 outline. Do we want to call this something else? Scene 1, how about we call it the writing brief? Do we like that better?
I usually call my things mini chapter Bibles, mini scene Bibles.
Okay.
Writing brief also would work.
Yep. So it's going to read this, and it's going to read the writing brief, and then it needs a set of instructions on what to do. Now, please write scene 1 of the story according to the, we can put the tags in, scene 1 story brief. And actually, and yeah, I think we'll just do that. Focus on only on writing scene 1 according to the scene 1 story brief, right? I like that. Scene 1 story brief.
Did we call it writing brief or story brief?
Oh, I think we said it, the writing brief. You're right.
Yeah, we should probably keep the same terminology.
Yep, that's very important. Writing brief. Make the scene 2,000 to 3,000 words long. Do not write anything beyond scene 1. Cool. So it'll do that. Oh. Please title what you write. Oh, how about we tag it? Scene 1. There we go. So it's going to be tagged. And then I always like to do a closing tag too, so it knows. Okay, so that's two steps that it should write us to scene 1. So now we have to write scene 2. So we're going to open up instruction number 3. Please read the following story information. Bloop. And then read the story so far. And then also read scene 1 below. Okay, so those are the instructions. And now what it has to do is we need to make a plan for scene 2. So write a short plan. So let's copy the same instructions we did for the first one, but we'll change the instructions for scene 2. So this is the third thing, and we'll go right here. Write a short plan on how to write scene 2 of the story according to the outline and list of characters provided. And so that it logically connects, this is the important part, to scene 1. Make sense?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Instead of just copying and pasting from page to page, could you just duplicate the last page, Notion page, and then modify those prompts, and then duplicate that and modify it for the next instance?
Yes. Okay. And you can even add to yourself, because the only important part is this beginning part, because it's going to go in organizations. Mm-hmm. I can actually help myself and go like plan for scene 1. So I can write notes to myself of what each one does. So I don't have to keep going like, what does that one do? And this is just information. And then this is make scene 1 writing brief. Then this one is going to read information. And then this one has the instructions for write scene 1. Then this one is going to story info. I'm telling myself, because the AI will never see these. And I forgot what we're doing. So now we're writing the plan. Did we already write the plan for scene 2? I thought we did.
No, I thought we did, but I don't see it titled that way. Now you got to find it.
Oh, because this is write scene 1. I messed up. in my notes. Write scene 1. There we go. Read info.
And then write scene 2. Yeah, that's right, scene 2. Okay.
This is the plan. Scene 2, writing brief. Make sense?
Yep.
And now story information here. We were working on this. So this is going to be B08. Insta. Oh, actually, I messed this up. So 2A, 2B, 3A. This should be 3B.
Every time I see Insta, I keep thinking of Insta-love.
I know. It's supposed to stand for instance.
Yep, I know that. But yet, when I see Insta, I just immediately think Insta-love. It jumps right to that trope.
And read. We want scene 1. Scene 1 and scene 2, writing brief below. So it'll know that because it's going to be in the steps in between what the outputs. These are outputs. If it's in curly brackets, that's something that's preloaded into Rexy. If it's a square bracket, it's something that's already like an output. So that's going to be the top of 4A, story information. And now we're ready to write scene 2. And I'll use, once I get this set, then I'll use your thing to like duplicate. So 3A, 3B, where am I going to get for the scene? So it's this information here. And we're going to make this scene 2. Scene 2, scene 2, writing brief, scene 2, scene 2. And you'll notice there's really nothing in here that is secret, that is unique to this particular story once you get to these later parts, because everything that's unique to the story is in that N1, N2, N3, and those are easy to slot out. So once you have your sequence, you can use this for anything. The only thing you might need to change is where you're making the plans, because the plan part, let me open up the plan part. Actually, it has the genre expectations in here. So because I'm declaring out what the genre is, that's the only part here that is unique.
We've got a comment on YouTube that this is some seriously advanced prompt sequencing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is what I do when I'm working with Karen and Christine all the time. And so this is going to be B09. So this is already a sequence of 9. And all we've managed to do is write 2 scenes, because what we did was the first was make a plan for scene 1, then write scene 1. Then, oh, I'm sorry, this is not a sequence of 9. This is a sequence of 3. My bad. 4B. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a sequence of 4. I can't count.
It's Friday Night Live. Nobody expects
it's Friday Night Live. No one can remember. So this is 4 steps. Step 1, make a brief for writing scene 1. Step 2, write scene 1. Step 3, read scene 1, make a plan to write scene 2. Step 4, write scene 2. Is everyone kind of understanding the methodologies now? And so we can get a third one. I will follow you, Christine. You wanted me to, so we need to read the info. So I'm going to duplicate this. B6.
Oh, look, it duplicated it. Yay.
Yep. And then drag it down. We'll uncheck it. And then here, I have to still make the changes here. So I need the 10. And then this is going to be 5A. And I'm going to also say read scene 1 and scene 2. And because I'm calling it out, I'm kind of sending the signal that it needs to ignore the writing briefs for scene 1 and scene 2. Is everyone noticing that? Because that's going to be in there, but I'm basically saying, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that part. I also could say ignore that, but there's a chance that when you're prompting, because it's tokens, just putting in the tokens that match the briefs could send the signal that, oh, she wants me to read the briefs. Like it can lose ignore or don't read, or it can lose that context, as we've learned. So then the next one is, that was read info. And now we want the writing brief. So we'll duplicate this. And this becomes number 11. This is the last one we'll do, by the way. Drag it down here.
Nope. I could just see myself getting a little too confused if I had too many scenes stacked in a row.
Yeah, I do this a lot, so I think it just takes practice and experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be 5A. Oh, 5B. 5B. Scene 3, writing brief. And so now all this information is going to be scene 3. And I'm going to add this to and scene 2. We don't know if this is going to work. Make sure characters do not sound the same. The plan should include specific plot details, all that, and we'll tag this out.
Okay, so I've got a question then. Based on what you just said, to not say, ignore X, Y, Z, because it may skip the word ignore and then pay attention. So you've got, make sure the characters do not sound the same. Should it be make sure the characters sound different? Sound and behave different? Would that work better?
That is an accurate revision of this plot, of this prompt. So that's all in the writing.
We could try it just on one scene.
It's okay. We should make sure characters speak uniquely in novel dialogue. Sound good?
Yep.
And
I think that gets the point across.
Why am I saying novel dialogue? How many of you have said make sure the characters speak uniquely, and all of a sudden you get like dialogue draft or you get screenplay? All the time, right? Okay, so it's not going to be in there. So it'd be in scene 2, writing brief. So make sure the characters sound uniquely. Speak uniquely in novel dialogue. There we go. Story information. Now write scene 2. So now the scene 3, writing brief. Make sure. There we go. And we call this positive prompting because negative prompting doesn't always work. It can ignore the no and thinks you want the thing. No carrots. Oh, she wants carrots. I said no carrots. No carrots. Absolutely no carrots. She wants a lot of carrots because all it does is look at those tokens and sees carrots, carrots, carrots. And it throws in some parsnips too.
It's like that SNL skit. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
So read the info, then write the brief. So that's 5A, 5B. And now my 6 is going to be my evens. So we're going to grab the 4 and we'll duplicate this one. The 4A, which is B08. Uncheck it. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring it down here. How's the the comments are probably like, this is the longest time to wait for anything exciting.
No, actually, I think y'all fell asleep except for Jorge. Nope, Mig's Eye is awake.
Okay. I just realized my story information has some funky prompting here. So please write scene 1. So this is the information. Please read the following story information and then read it. Okay. For scene 2, writing brief. Now the story information. Please read scene 1 and scene 2 reading brief. So I need to fix that for scene 3. So the read info. Also read scene 1 and scene 2 below. Okay. And then the writing brief, write a short plan. Okay. And now for this one. Okay. So then read scene 1 and scene 3.
Oh, we got a good suggestion from Electric Dreams. You can name the pages in 21 Blackjack as 00 and then 01A, 01B, and then 02A, 02B.
Yep, you can. I am using the actual B numbers just because with teaching purposes, so people can correlate it to the box so that they can understand it. But yeah, your number convention here can be whatever you want because it's just going to put them in alphabetical order. So if you want to do all letters, you could do that too. You could do alpha, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. However you want to sequence it, the sequence just has to go in alphabetical order. And the way you can always test what order it's going to be, your first one in the big box is always going to be your middle box, the empty one. Or if you want to have like a chapter in there that it's going to edit or something. But if you ever wonder on your page here, you can, your 21. Why does this say 21 pages?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm confused.
Weird. Yeah, because you had a 21 blackjack, and
Oh, it
then
says it right there, 21 pages. Okay, so that's not wrong. I didn't change that. I'm just making sure. Sorry. I had a loss there.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Okay, so we have the scene 3 writing brief. It wrote the writing brief, and now it's going to read scene 1, scene 2, and scene 3 writing brief below. And the last sequence, write scene 3. So we'll just duplicate this B9. Uncheck it, bring it down. I don't know why it's checking it. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Maybe just so like, hey, you have this selected. And let's go to B13. Oh, I need to fix that too. Because it'll mess with my head. I promise I'm not OCD. 6B, now write scene 3. Oh, scene 3. Now please write scene 3. According to the story, according to the scene 3 writing brief. Focus only on writing scene 3 according to scene 3 writing brief. Make the scene 2,000 or 3,000 words long. Do not write anything beyond scene 3. Please tag it scene 3. All right. Who is ready to see this sequence in action? All right. Don't have to worry about the rest of the stuff. Anything down here, notes, does not get pulled in. As long as it's not in the database, you can have whatever notes you want to. Okay. So let's go into Rexy. All right. So I preloaded the Notions 21 page just so you guys can see it. So this has the story world of Orc Mafia Romance. This has the characters all in here, and this has the samples of the dialogue. So what's going to happen is that first step is it's going to read this. It's going to read the characters. It's going to read the outline, and then it's going to make a plan to write scene 1. That step, that is a crucial interstitial step. This is like basically I'm making it write my own beats. Okay. But I'm giving it free form in the sense that I'm saying like, make a plan to do this and then do it because I'm working with Claude and that's how Claude works best. So once I have that, my elements, if I come over to my B slots, it has the previous stuff written in here that I was doing the testing. You can see that it's different because it's 4,000, 5,000 words. We need to clear this out. So the way I need to do that is I come to my projects. I'm going to go ahead and load my project again, just to make sure that everything's connected. I come to my status page. This is important. You want to make sure this is all green. And then coming back to my projects, I'm going to clear the cache and I'm going to load the blackjack. And load the blackjack again. Okay. I think I'm not supposed to clear cache after I load the project. I think I messed that up. So we loaded the project, load the blackjack. Why can't you load the blackjack? Did I break it? I think I broke it. It's supposed to show this. Let's go to WordBanger. Let's see. Yeah, it has the old stuff in there. Refresh the B slots. Okay. So I think I've hit something where the cache just doesn't want to clear. So what I'm actually going to do is come to settings, set up Rexy, and we'll clear the global cache of my project. That way because this was sitting dormant for a while. So now that I have that, I come over to my projects. Let's load that project. Cool. And this is the 10 p.m. YouTube. And this is the 10 p.m. YouTube. And let's load the blackjack. And now it's loading the black. It's not loading the blackjack. You know what? I broke it when I messed it up the thing. So not to worry. When something happened with that page, I think I accidentally made this an inline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my main one. This is how you can fix it. I'm going to go to my blank series and I'm going to duplicate this. Because it definitely worked before, so it's not the end of the world. So, and I'm going to move it into, okay, I'm going to open this and I'm going to rename this. It's got to be called 21 Blackjack, but we'll fix the naming in a little bit. Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever fixed it on here. I did. It is called 21 Blackjack. Okay. This one is 21 Blackjack broken. Borkin.
Leave it Borkin.
Borkin.
It is Borkin.
It is Borkin. Comes in my blank series. I have a clean one here that's done. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to move it to. There's a way to move this. I know there is. There we go. Right click, move to. And now I can move it to my Orc Mafia Romance series. So once I move it there, it's gone from here. I right clicked, by the way. I come into more Mafia Romance. It's got it down here. Now, if it's down here, it won't be able to be read. It has to be up above this. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this right to here. And then I'm going to open this up and take out the ones. So it should not be there. And now I'll grab all of this and delete that. Come to the broken one. Okay, right click, move to. I think that's the right one. Well, let's try 21 Blackjack. We'll move it to 21 pages. And now we'll come over here and we'll see if that worked. Oh, it did. Okay. Ta-da! And now just to make sure that this is working, let me move one more over. So we have the Blackjack broken. And let's go ahead and right click. I'm sorry. You have to right click on the name. Move to Blackjack. Oh, nope. I moved it to the wrong one. Well, not exactly. I moved it down here. So I actually have to just drag it up into this box here. Now, I want to make sure that this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is this is in my Orc Mafia Romance series. The first 21 Blackjack is what Rexy should read. So now let's load Blackjack and see if it'll do that. And it did. Yep. So yay. There we go. I accidentally broke it. That's how you fix it, in case you're wondering. So we have classes just on Notion. So we've all learned how to do Notion quite a bit here. So I'm actually going to grab all 13 of these, right click, move to 21 Blackjack. I'm going to do the drop down and I'm going to put it right into 21 pages. And now if I come over here, they're all here. They're all out of order. Not a problem. Let me delete this main characters one because I don't want it to cause any conflict. So we'll delete that. And then this one right here, the name, sort ascending. And now everything is in alphabetical order. So this should be how it comes in. And now within Rexy, let's load that Blackjack again. You need to load the Blackjack. Load project. Yeah, I think it's just having issues with the cache. Well, you're supposed to be able to like refresh your base slots. Oh, it brought in all that information. Okay. Okay. That refreshed.
Yeah, it looks like it loaded stuff.
Yeah, but it's supposed to have till 17 and it only has 3. Right? I think, didn't we go up to 13? Load the Blackjack. There we go. Yay. Now they're all there. Okay.
Hooray.
So Big Bang Box, B2, B3, B4. Then I just got to double check to make sure that my Notion slots are good. Looks like all that information's good. So this is where it gets crackers. Everyone ready? We're going to go to Banger. We're going to be in Claude 2. We're going to go Elements and B slots. And by the way, we're going to click Bang 'em. And that just filled everything in. See? Insta 6. So it's going to write scene 3. There's the write the plan for short 3. There's the scene 2 and all of that.
Jorge mentions auto write. Do you want that checked on?
I do. So I'm going to go ahead and click auto write here, and that's going to write each bang into an individual one. I can also do my settings on my project page here, make sure, okay, it's going to be the 10 p.m. YouTube people. And let's go ahead and call this 6 bangs. No, 7 bangs, I think it is. 7. Is it
I
7
don't
bangs?
It's several.
It's
I
6
know it's
bangs.
several.
6 bangs, clawed, orc, mafia. Oh no. That's kind of a known bug. If you have something here, you have to press enter to apply it. If you click into another box, sometimes it'll delete what you have. So we have our blackjack. All of our elements are good. We can see our end slots have the story world and the characters and the story outline. We put everything in. I just have to say 6 bangs. So those are the 6. Auto write. All right, are you ready? Bang. I've never done this before. Not with the story plan and everything. I've done it a few times, but we'll see what happens here.
So Lee's got a really good point. Should auto write just be turned on by default in Rexy?
No, because sometimes people they're experimenting with it and they don't want to clog up their Notion or whatever. But we could probably do a default, like it's always on, and then you just turn it off if you don't want it. But it depends on if you want the bangs. See how it's picking up the characterization now? He speaks in short, commanding sentences. And then it's got this genre expectation. And now it's going to write scene 1. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
This is crackers.
This is bleeping crackers.
This is bleeping crackers. It pulled in.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
It's alive.
The Iron Fist Casino towered above its neighbors.
A casino?
Yeah, the AI came up with it. I did not. It's supposed to be an orc mafia romance.
Are you kidding? A casino, really? Okay. 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 All right.
Oh, Garrick nodded. Consider it done. Do this right, and the leadership of the clan is yours for taking when I'm gone. Ooh, I won't fail you. It's got Garrick speaking in short sentences now. The first draft of this, everybody was really eloquent. All the orcs were very eloquent.
Those orcs had PhDs.
They did. Her desire to see good in everyone. And that's the end of scene 1.
The silver bells?
The silver bells. That's the...
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Yep.
All right. So here we go. Look, it's writing the scene 2 scene brief. Opening shot of Enchanted Grove Casino, headquarters of the Silver Bells Fae family.
Oh, it's Fae. Okay. Silver bells now make sense. Okay.
Seraphina has a tense conversation with her mother. Garrick secretly follows and watches Seraphina from the rooftops. Now, the outline, scene 1, scene 2 kind of establishes our main character. Scene 3, she's going to get accosted by some trolls, I think, in the market, and he's supposed to save her. So we'll see if it does that.
Jorge is asking, should labs really be this tense? We were all just like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
What's going to happen? Crystalline spires. So this is really cool contrast. The orcs was like steel and iron. And here we have crystalline spires curled towards the heavens. So their casino looks different in Eldoria. Delicate wings unfurled from her back, sheer and iridescent as a soap bubble.
Ooh.
An elegant circlet adorned her brow, her raven tresses spilling over her shoulders in soft waves. Please sit, my dear. We have much to discuss. What is it, mother? I've heard troubling rumors about the Grumsh clan encroaching on our territory. Their leader, Grimgar, grows bolder by the day. Mark my words, he'll seek to destroy this family and all we built. Now, that's interesting because, what's her face? Tatiana, or whatever her name is, when she talks, she always talks about her family and everything. Like, that's her focus. That's what I put in the characterization. I don't trust Grimgar to honor any vow. All right, so we wrote this. She's now going to the black markets where backroom deals, and Garrick is supposed to like keep pace and watch over her. Let's see if it'll end. And you can tell it in the instructions, like end on a cliffhanger and everything like that.
I like telling it to make the opening paragraph catchy. catchy, exciting, grabbing attention.
All right, so it ended scene 2. Now let's see what the plan is for scene 3, because it's going to read what it wrote so far so that it can kind of keep the narrative logic. So it should be dawn. We're at dawn. Let's see if it picks up that it's dawn for this this plan here. Oh, so it's picked up that she's going to be there during the daytime. So he's still, so it did keep the time. That's impressive. She's going to try to defend herself, but she's outnumbered, and he fights off the thugs. His orcish fury is unleashed. She tends to a cut on his arm, intrigued by her mysterious rescuer.
Orcish fury.
Ooh, build anticipation for the meet cute.
Aww.
So it's understanding what components we would want. So
yeah, it's understanding. It's understanding the common terms for romance novels.
Now this is definitely just first draft material so that you could go in and you could play with it.
Yeah, but it did start in the morning.
It did.
Light.
And we do not have the sun. I mean, well, we got the morning light filtered down, but well, what do we have here? Ain't ever seen one of your kind before. You're a real beauty though, aren't you? I suggest you be on your way, sir. I want no quarrel with you. Ooh, she's a feisty one. To know you a little bit better. Flick of her wrist, Seraphina sent a shockwave of magical energy at the thug, knocking him backwards. Do not touch me, scum. You'll pay for that, witch. Men charged at her with a frenzy. Garrick saw one grab her wrist while another made to rip her dress. Something primal awoke in Garrick's core with a roar. The first thug went down with one punch. Garrick grabbed the wrist of the man with the dagger and snapped it like a twig. Ooh. Oh, this is Claude. Bones crunched wetly.
No. Oh, that's it. That's where it got me. Oh, Probably. Oh, Claude, why are you so mean? Oh.
Garrett grunted, still working to calm the orcish fury pounding through his veins. Now that the haze of battle had passed, he wasn't sure what to make of the situation, or of the strange effect this woman had on him. My home isn't far, I insist. She was the enemy, a means to an end. Wait, I wasn't done reading that. Okay, it's done. It wrote 3,584 words. We can go to the... I hate how it like abruptly just stops.
Yeah.
If we come over here, we can see scene 3 wrote... It's writing about 1,000 words per scene. So if I wanted to run it again, I could do that again and just make the thing of like write 3,000 to 4,000 words and make a plan for that and expand that out. You have to be careful because sometimes if you ask it to run, 3,000 to 4,000 words, but you don't give it enough material for that, it'll hallucinate and it'll just keep going on with the next scene. So coming to the auto write, see how much time that was.
Mig's Eye has a good point here. If they add something like start the scene in media res, then they don't get the weather as much.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. When you are this blackjack thing, you have full control here. Okay, this is the distinct difference between Rexy and other AI tools out there. Other AI tools out there are going to be opinionated about what happens. So if we make some tweaks here of write the plan for scene 1, write a short plan on how to write scene 1, have the scene start in media res, and end on a cliffhanger. No foreshadowing. There's no other way to, I don't know how to positively prompt no foreshadowing. I guess it's just end on a cliffhanger. That keeps out the little did he knows, little did she knows.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can do this again. I'm just going to make changes to those prompts there. So that's 1A goes there. Plan for this one. I think it would be the 3A. So my odd ones, write a scene. Let's do it right here. Have the scene start in media res and end on a cliffhanger. Cool. And then scene 3, writing brief. So we'll have all of them end on a cliffhanger. Sound good? And in media res. That's the only change we'll make. And now We'll come back to here because this is all saved. It's all good to go. I'll save all of this as version 1, 6 bangs, Claude, 2.0, no, yeah, there we go. So that was version 1. So we'll have that. And this is where it's wicked cool because I made those changes in the prompts real fast, right? So let's clear all. But that's a really handy tool because it empties everything out for you. But my big bang boxes are still here. So I just need to refresh my B slots. And if I refresh them, I think, let's see here. It doesn't have the in media res. So I do have to go back to projects and I've got to reload those blackjacks. Come on, clear the cache, load the blackjack. There we go. I need to see the green letters to load the blackjacks. So I watch them delete them all, and then I watch it basically reload all my blackjacks. And I know this takes a little bit of time, but it's sure as heck faster than copying and pasting. And now when I come over here, look right here, have the scene start in media res and end on a cliffhanger. So that's how I can check that it updated all of them. Let's bang them. Auto writes good, 6 bangs, bang Claude 2. It's that fast. Like if you're making changes and you're like, I want a new version. So here's a plan. Open in media res.
You know, even though it seems like it takes a bit of time to set all this stuff up, it's totally worth it with how quickly it can spit this stuff back out.
Now it's interesting because it's like hallucinating and it's going into scene 2 with her leaving. And on a cliffhanger as Garrick watches Serafina from the shadows. So we'll see what happens because it's going to write this scene. Do not let your guard down, my dear. Darkness lurks behind the shimmer. So put some dialogue examples in here. It's got the plan. I'm really impressed with this.
Ooh, a resounding creak. It's kind of odd. Resounding
creak. I don't know.
One of those is going to have to be changed.
The Silver Bells has gotten too big for their wings. He spat on the grimy pavement. Take your boys and squeeze those glitter-loving pixies for information. I want to know their hideouts, their rackets, their secrets.
Okay. Oh, wow. The violence. Woo.
Now, what's going to be interesting is that it's really, it's hallucinating into scene 2. And if it's doing that, I don't know what it's going to plan to do for scene 2 because it has to link them and it has to start in media res. Let's see what it decides to do. I think it might get confused here.
I wonder if it meant a loud creak and shows resounding creak. It's just funny.
Okay, so look at this. So it logically was like, well, crap, she's already in the markets and he followed her. Now she's coming back into the casino and saying like nothing happened. Be wary of the night. Okay, cool. Your protectiveness is a glowing hearth in winter's chill, but I'm no longer a child dancing barefoot through the grove.
Jeez. Well, that's some Fae type language words there.
Yep. And on a cliffhanger as Garrick spies their meeting from afar. Okay. We added in a potion.
Okie dokie. Let's see what we got.
Hulking orcs. What are the orcs doing inside the Silver Bells casino? Pixie dancers fluttered above the card tables, shedding sparkling...
Scantily clad pixie dancers.
I'm sorry, scantily clad pixie dancers.
Oh my God. I can't.
Her icy blue gown shone like moonlight. Uneventful. It was quite lovely, Mother. Your worries flutter about like moths to a flame. Be wary of the night, Serafina. Creatures look in the... Now, their characterization does say that they speak more lyrical than the orcs. I thought that was a good contrast.
Yes, yes. And that's on brand for how...
the genre expectations would be.
Yeah, yep.
I wish to see stars unseen.
I don't think I've ever read Pixie's pole dancing, though. I mean, that's
Pole dancing, yeah. Claude, man. We don't know what Claude has seen.
Well, it's Friday Night Live. I mean, that's what you get on Friday night.
That's what you get.
Pixies are pole dancing. It's gone crazy in here.
Now, it brought this Alara woman in. She's actually not in the outline. However, she is in the character list. So when it made the plan, it did pull from the character list and was like, yeah, let's just go ahead and pull this bit character into it. And we have scene 2. Ooh. You have to make an impossible choice. My dog is acting like she needs to go out. All right, so in media res, he's following her through the... Was she in the markets still? Okay, so she is still in the markets. Okay, cool. Pretty little pixie got lost. We're going to pluck those wings right off.
Oh. That's not nice.
Ooh, or I'll add your teeth to my collection. No. Who says Claude can't write stuff?
I think it's getting some earthy violence here because it's orcs. Like, oh my god.
Has romance, action, and advancing plot. Let me know if you would like me to write this full scene based on this plan. As a matter of fact, I would like you to do so. And now it's writing scene 3.
I do not want to read about a tooth necklace. Like,
no, I don't either. No, thank you.
I don't want to have to read that.
Now, what we don't have yet and what I want, and I forgot, Joseph asked me, what do I want? I wish I could like have the sequence of prompts and then I could go, okay, now do the next one, because I could make changes on the middle box, because I would make some changes and tweak it and then say, yeah, go. I think that would be some really cool features on WordBanger. The ability to control, like you can run all 6 at a time, or you could go 1 at a time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. To kind of make some changes to the prompt based on.
There's the teeth to my collection. The trolls merely laughed at the threat.
No, I don't want to read about it.
Who are you, my noble protector? Your tusks shine brighter than diamonds.
Oh my god. This is so cheesy.
It's a little cheesy. All right, and I think that's done. It did it all. Hold on 1 second. Let me... Go ahead, Dasha.
Well, this was a very unique version of the story.
The version 2, 6 bangs with Claude, version 2.0, in media res. And what was the other one we did? Cliffhanger. Save to Notion, and this time it wrote 3,249 words. And that's the real secret, I think, that you get the hang of. I'm going to take this down. You get the hang of this and you start to realize like how many words you can get. Like with 6 bangs, then you can kind of start to plan out your story, realizing that some of that was the plan of attack. So you'd have to like take those out and things like that. But I think there's a real future here for this customizable, how do I want it? I mean, we didn't do anything on writing style. We did not tell Claude like what writing style we wanted or anything like that. So
nope. And Mig's Eye makes another good point. You can set this all up, hit bang, and just go empty the dishwasher.
That is what Ryan Rivers says all the time. And I know he's watching. So yeah, Ryan was one of the first people to see me sequence because he was working with me in Zoom one night. And he's like, and this is where you just go empty the dishwasher. I'm like, yep, you said it and you go. But I also think that we want the control to be like, okay, run 3, then pause, and then you could make edits to that and then continue from that third. So it knows that it already did sequence 1. It already did Insta 1, 2, and 3, and just like to pick up at Insta 5. That would be helpful for me. I don't know for other people, but it's crackers.
I know it would be helpful for me because I could, because I primarily pants. So I mean, I like to change things on the fly. So.
Yeah. And for that, you just work with that is one cool thing that you could kind of do to hack it. Because the prompts are right there in your bang slots, you have basically your sequence. You could manually copy and paste them into Insta 1 and run them 1 at a time. If you, I'll show that. You're with me on Sunday, right? No.
I have no idea.
No, I don't think so. But if not, we'll do that together sometime. All right. Any last questions? We talked at the top of the hour and we showed a lot.
We did show a lot. We did.
All the ways you could customize it. Yeah, there's no limits. And that's what I really believe is the future. No limits on the creatives using the AI. No limits. So, and Rochelle Ayala says she likes how the two stories were similar but different. The second version brought in the potion smuggling. Exactly. And if I was to run it a third time, I would get even different plans. And then I could add in more elements, you know, once I see it and everything like that. At the end of the day, if I was to cut out the scene briefs, let me see how many scene briefs are roughly. Word counter plus, they're about 254 words. So if we take 7,000 words, we got over 2,000 words in each story. And each one of those only took, the first one was 41 to 47 took 6 minutes. The second one took also 6 minutes. So 2,000 words in 6 minutes. That's a Pomodoro we all could get behind, right?
We've got some good questions here in the chat. Can you name various different ways to sequence?
What could you give a little bit more on Migs on that? What do you mean name various different ways to sequence? Rochelle points out what was really important was the continuity between the scenes. Yeah, that's something that nobody had. That's a struggle for a lot of AI tools, is how do you get that glue? And what I just showed was some of the most advanced prompting that is out there right now in terms of like getting it to think what it's going to do and then do the thing with context stuffing. Like we're taking all the different things and putting them all together. When we pressed the 3 dots to get the history, that was Notion, Ingrid. It was just to get the history of the page because I accidentally broke the database. That was on me. So that's why it's important for all of our members of the Future Fiction Academy to watch the Notion labs that we have and really get the hang of Notion, because Notion is what's unlocking all this capability we have of auto writing, sequencing, and all of that. Yes, it could be highly customized. So off the top of my head, you could take one chapter in the middle part. Do you have sorry, my dog has a sock or something. You could take one chapter and put it in the Big Bang box, and then you could ask it to do various rewrites. If you're working with a model that has the output ability to to write as many words as what's in your chapter. Like, for example, if you have a 2,000 word chapter, you're looking at using GPT-4 or Claude. Those are what can write 2,000 words. But you could say, here's the chapter. Now rewrite it for this characterization or this or that. You could keep doing a bunch of different layerings and stuff. We also have some concepts and some ideas for some adversarial prompting. We did that about a month ago, where like we were using Playground at the time in 16K of like, read this, and if it's not this, then redo that, and then this, and then that. And so basically it went through Wanda and Joe, and we had all these different personas that would run through the text to like really clean it up and everything. So it's really like these layering techniques. So there's really no limit to what you could sequence. I really would like the idea. So we did like a 2-step. We said, make a plan, now write the scene. So a 3-step for scenes might be make a plan, write the scene, now read the scene, and come up with a plan to rewrite it to enhance areas to meet more genre expectations and to make it longer. So it makes that plan and then rewrite the scene. That could be, you know, another way that you could basically have a 4-step
similar
for
to what I was trying to do in one of my labs, to get it to write a chapter and then read it as a developmental editor and then rewrite it, fixing all of the things it found.
Yeah. The key thing is that you want to tell the AI to make a plan and then execute the plan. What it can't do very well is make the plan and execute the plan in the same prompt, the same step, because it's not able to think in multiple directions. So it can only go one direction with the thought process. So if it makes a mistake, it can't go backwards.
Yep. But yeah, so you could edit and do developmental edits, but you would have to put a few more steps in there.
Yeah, there's really 10 steps, man. We're gonna be dangerous with this, and that's why we don't let untrained people work with dinosaurs. So the most I've been able to one click and get is about 10,000 words in just a few minutes. So All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming to the lives tonight. We have more lives on Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be showing off some of the prompting tools, making your own prompt on Sunday that you can save in your prompting library. And also, we'll be taking a look at the content editor, which is a very strong content editor. So thank you so very much. And if you have friends and stuff, let them know that the Future Fiction Academy is still accepting students or members, as it were. And the link is in the description and all of that so that people can join us. All right. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Night.
Night.